Senate candidates talked guns today as Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn visited East Tennessee for a campaign event. Blackburn stopped by a gun store in West Knoxville with the executive director of the National Rifle Association. Blackburn says she is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment and touted her A rating from the NRA. When it comes to arming teachers, she says every school is different.
This is something that your local law enforcement and your school systems are going to work through. Tennessee got out in front of this last year and passed legislation that will allow retired law enforcement officers to come back in and help.
Her opponent, former Democratic Governor Phil Bredesen, says he also strongly supports the Second Amendment. He believes the federal government and states must strengthen the background check process, especially in cases involving mental illness. Bredesen and Blackburn will face off on Election Day in just 3 weeks. One of the two will replace Senator Bob Corker, representing Tennessee in Washington.